Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rare Coins Treasures. Before you toss that quarter into a vending machine, stop, because if you own the right 1965 Washington quarter, you could be sitting on enough money to buy your dream home, clear every debt you have, and still have enough left over for a yacht and a personal chef to serve caviar on it. This isn't a joke. One of these coins recently sold for $436,000, and collectors are hunting for more. Seriously. Imagine explaining to your spouse that you just became a millionaire by raiding the couch cushions. They'll either hug you or think you've lost your mind. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what makes this quarter so valuable, how to tell if you have one, and the steps to sell it for the highest possible price. But, fair warning, you might regret spending every quarter you've ever had after this. And here's the crazy part. The reason it's worth so much is tied to a mistake at the U.S. Mint. A mistake the government doesn't really like to talk about. Let's rewind to 1965. America was in the middle of major coinage changes. Silver was being removed from coins because the price of silver was skyrocketing. The Washington quarter, which had been made of 90% silver for decades, was suddenly switched to a copper-nickel composition. A handful of 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on 90%. Silver planchettes meant for the previous year's coins. These are the ultra-rare million-dollar quarters. Now, be honest. How many of you are already digging through your coin jar right now? Don't worry, I'll wait. To identify one of these rare silver quarters, you'll need to look for 3 main clues. Weight. A normal 1965 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. The rare silver one weighs around 6.25 grams. Color. Silver quarters have a uniform silver color on the edge. The common ones show a copper striped dot sound. Silver coins have a higher, bell-like ring when dropped gently on a hard surface. But here's the detail most people miss. Some of these rare quarters aren't just silver. They have minting errors that make them worth even more. And that's where the real jackpot hides. Imagine this. You walk into a coin dealer with what you think is just a neat old quarter, and they offer you $10,000 on the spot. You're thrilled, but if you knew what I'm about to tell you next, you could have walked out with $500,000 instead. The top-graded 1965 silver quarter in pristine mint state condition sold for $436,000. Why? Because perfection in coin collecting is rare. Every scratch, every smudge slashes the value. So if you have one, please, for the love of your bank account, don't clean it with toothpaste or scrub it with a dish sponge. That's not polishing, that's financially catastrophic. And here's the brutal truth. Most people have no idea they're holding one. Until it's too late, they spend it. It goes back into circulation. And then, someone else cashes in on your fortune. Every day you wait, more of these coins disappear into private collections, forever. But the flip side, if you start searching, now, your junk drawer, your old change jar, your family coin box, you could be just hours away from discovering life-changing wealth. Picture this. You find that rare quarter. Your kid's college fund is secure. You're booking first-class flights instead of scrolling economy fares. And you can finally stop pretending to enjoy instant noodles for dinner. Here's what you need to do. Check your 1965 quarters for weight, edge, color, and sound. If you suspect you have a silver planchette error, do not clean it. Store it safely and have it graded by a professional like PCGs or NGC. That small step could be the difference between $50 and $500,000. And here's the twist. The 1965 quarter isn't the only modern coin hiding a fortune in your change. There's another coin from the 1970s, almost identical in appearance. That's turning everyday people into millionaires overnight. I'll reveal that in my next video. You don't want to miss it. Your financial breakthrough might not be in a lottery ticket. It might be sitting quietly in your pocket. Go find it. If I told you that a single coin in your change jar could be worth more than a brand new luxury home, would you believe me? No. Then keep watching. Today, we're talking about one of the most overlooked treasures in U.S. history, the 1984D Washington quarter dollar. But under the right circumstances, it can be worth up to $432,000. And in rare cases, even millions. And no, this isn't lottery luck. It's cold, hard, numismatic fact. Before you dump out your purse on the table. Yes, I can hear the coins jingling already. Slow down. This isn't about every 1984D quarter. It's about a specific set of rare conditions that almost nobody checks for. Because here's the scary part. Once they're gone forever. That could be your quarter disappearing into circulation, and you wouldn't even know it. To understand why the 1984D Washington quarter is so valuable, we have to rewind to the mid-1980s. In 1984, the Denver Mint struck millions of these coins. Nothing unusual there. But within that ocean of ordinary quarters, a few slipped through with critical minting errors. We're talking double dies, off-center strikes, and even ultra-proof-like surfaces that were never meant to exist on circulation coins. These are the coins that transform from pocket change, but not for the reason most people think. The real secret, it was hiding a mint error so tiny you could miss it without a magnifying glass. So yes, if you're over 40, you might want to dig out those reading glasses. Not for the crossword puzzle, for the fortune in your coin jar. These error coins are highly prized because they combine rarity with historical significance. In fact, auction records show sales in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And some, in pristine, error-laden condition, could be valued even higher into the millions for the right collector. But here's why you can't wait. As time passes, the surviving number of these coins gets smaller. Every one that's spent, lost, or damaged drops your odds of finding one and increases the value of those that remain. Imagine this. You're standing in line at a grocery store, college, and fund your dream retirement. All at once, if you don't know what to look for, you could spend it and never realize what you just lost. And trust me, explaining to your friends that you accidentally bought a candy bar with a $400,000. Coin is not as funny as it sounds, so here's what you do tonight. Get a magnifying glass. Look for sharp details, doubling in the inscriptions, any off-center designs, or mirror-like fields. If you think you've got something special, stop. Do not clean it. Get it appraised by a reputable coin grading service. Because here's the real kicker. There's another Washington quarter, even more common than the 1984D, that's selling for double the price. And chances are, you've touched one in the last week. That story is next. The next time you hear coins clinking in your pocket, remember, they might not just be change. They could be your change of life. What if I told you the change in your pocket right now could buy you a luxury mansion, a brand new sports car, and still leave you enough for a lifetime vacation fund? One ordinary-looking quarter, minted in 1990. Hiding in plain sight, could be worth a staggering $576,000. And the most shocking part, it's still out there in circulation, waiting for someone maybe you to find it. But here's the scary part. Every day, people unknowingly spend these rare treasures on coffee, gas, or vending machine snacks. Turning away their ticket to generational wealth. Will you be one of them? Trust me. After today, you'll never look at a vending machine the same way again. That Snickers bar could end up costing you $500,000. Let's rewind to 1990. The Denver Mint was producing Washington quarter-dollar coins by the millions, but a rare few left the mint with striking errors, high-grade finishes, and perfect preservation. The kind of details coin collectors drool over. Now, what makes your 1990D quarter different from the loose change in your car cup holder? Let's break it down. The rarity factor only a handful of 1990D quarters have been graded, MS68 or higher by the professional coin grading service. These coins are virtually flawless, meaning not a single scratch or bag mark disturbs their surfaces. One of these pristine survivors recently sold at auction for $576,000. And here's the twist: most of these high-value quarters weren't discovered right away. Some were hidden for decades, which means the next one could still be in your hands. Error coins, the hidden jackpots, certain 1990D quarters feature off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet Aristini mistakes made during minting. To the untrained eye, they look like small imperfections. To a collector, they're golden tickets. It's kind of like finding a typo in a first edition Harry Potter book, but instead of bragging rights, you get a life-changing bank deposit. How to identify the treasure look for a D-mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse side. Examine the surfaces under bright light. Are there scratches, nicks, Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in the lettering or date. The clock is ticking. Every day, these coins get damaged, worn down, or disappear into private collections forever. Imagine this one afternoon. You're sorting through pocket change, and there it is, a 1990 quarter that could retire you instantly. You make one call, send it for grading, and within weeks, your life is completely transformed. But the opposite is also true. Nor this information, and that same coin could pass through your hands tomorrow, never to be seen again. You'll never know what you just lost. How to protect yourself and profit start. Checking today, go through every quarter in your wallet, jar, or coin stash. Invest in a coin magnifier at $10. Tool could help you spot a $500,000 coin. Know where to sell reputable auction houses, PCGS, or NGC grading services. Document everything, photos, videos, condition notes. These increase buyer trust. And if your friends think you're crazy for staring at coins for hours, just remember, they laughed at people who bought Bitcoin at $1 too. You might think, well, the chances are slim, but here's the truth. Every major coin discovery started with someone who thought exactly the same thing. And in my next video, I'm going to reveal a different coin still in circulation. That could be worth even more than the 1990D quarter. Miss that, and you might miss your next fortune. So, before you spend another quarter, check it. Your millionaire moment might be sitting in your pocket right now. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's find your fortune one coin at a time. What if I told you that a 25-cent coin you casually hand over for coffee could be worth $636,000? Today, that's not fiction. That's not a collector's fairy tale. It's a financial reality hiding in plain sight. Some of you might even have it in your purse, car, Q folder, or that dusty coin jar in the kitchen. Every single day, rare coins slip through the hands of people who don't even realize they're holding a retirement plan. They spend them without a second thought. And just like that, a small fortune disappears into circulation again. You wouldn't accidentally toss a diamond ring into a vending machine, right? Yet that's exactly what people are doing with coins like the 1997D Washington quarter. Except this diamond fits in your pocket and says United States of America on it. But why is this quarter worth nearly $250,000? And how can you tell if yours is the one? By the time you finish this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and the mistake almost everyone makes that could cost them everything. In 1997, the U.S. Mint in Denver produced millions of Washington quarters. At first glance, they looked just like any other coin, 25 cents. Copper nickel clad, George Washington's proud profile on the front, the majestic eagle on the back. But here's where it gets interesting. Out of those millions, a tiny handful had minting anomalies, errors so rare that professional collectors and auction houses are willing to pay six figures to own them. And here's the frightening part. Those rare quarters don't come with flashing neon signs. They don't sparkle differently. They don't scream, "I'm worth your mortgage." They look ordinary. And that's exactly why people overlook them. The most valuable 1997D Washington quarters often feature double die errors, where parts of the design appear doubled off-center strikes, where the image is noticeably shifted. High-grade condition, pristine, uncirculated quality with sharp details, and nowhere full strike details, every feather of the eagle visible. Every strand of Washington's hair crisp. Think of it like finding a celebrity in disguise at your local grocery store. They may be wearing sunglasses and a hat, but if you know what to look for, you'll recognize them immediately. And in this case, that celebrity can pay off your mortgage. But here's the part most people get wrong. They think it's only about spotting the error. The real money comes from something else entirely, and I'll reveal it in just a moment. One of these 1997D quarters recently sold for $636,000 at auction. Imagine the buyer didn't just see a coin. They saw history, rarity, and prestige. They saw an opportunity to own something almost no one else in the world can claim. The truth is, condition is king. A rare mint error in poor condition might fetch hundreds, maybe thousands, but a flawless mint state 1997D with a verified anomaly. That's where the $636,000 price tag comes in. Preservation turns an interesting coin into a life-changing asset. And here's the ticking clock. With each passing year, these coins vanish from circulation. They get lost, damaged, or locked away in private collections. Every day you wait to check your change is another day someone else might find your fortune first. So before you go tossing coins into a tip jar, ask yourself, is this really worth 25 cents? Or is it my ticket to early retirement? And if you think the 19970 quarter is impressive, wait until you hear about another modern coin hiding in plain sight that has broken the $1 million mark. That story will change the way you see every coin in your possession. Tonight, don't scroll aimlessly. Don't binge another forgettable series. Instead, grab your coins, every quarter, every penny, every nickel, and look closely. Somewhere in your hands could be a $636,000 piece of American history, and your key to living the life you've always imagined. This isn't just about coins, it's about recognizing value where others see ordinary. And the sooner you start, the sooner your wealth story begins.